starting, have you start using the system or just going through something within the system?
Well, I try to make some payments and issue some invoices and receive some purchase order,
Say,
but يعني not fully practice.
sure, no issues, no issues. We will see this thing. So, okay, today I will basically we are going to talk about that retention element regarding that accounting module. So, I will start from the sales order. Sahi, say after I mean the agreement between you and the client. And then I will do the advance payment or the advance recovery, whatever you call it. Then I will show you the retention part, how you are going to deal the retention on the sales invoice with the outstanding amount as well. So
Okay, let's make a small contract term.
I will show
Let's
you. Yep.
okay, 40% advance, 10% retention after 1 year,
Okay, so
and
yep. I'm going to share the screen. Sahi,
yeah,
so please confirm
okay.
if you are able to see this.
Yes, some of it.
Okay. So let's start with the selling cycle first of all. So I'm going
Okay.
towards if I go from the very start, the commercial proposal, or should I continue from the sales order?
Well, I think you finished the quotation, and you need to add anything in quotation section.
No, I mean I'm just asking you, do I need to go start from the beginning, or shall I proceed from the sales
If
order?
you can, just going fast,
Okay, okay, I will go
fast.
fast.
I mean,
Yep, say so if you see, so okay, I'm recalling this thing once again, no issues. So I am inside the selling module, okay, and inside the selling module, you have this quotations. Quotation is the document in which you are also proposing the the commercial proposal towards your customer. Sahi. So if you see,
fine.
these are standing in the draft state, so I am just opening one of them. For example, this
Okay,
draft right now.
okay,
No, let me just create a new one quickly. So I'm just creating a new one here. This is your quotation form. Here you have to select the customer or the client, the basically where you have to do the project. Sahi. So I'm just taking one of them. Sales engineer is your basically person who is dealing on this thing. So you have to select that sales engineer. Then you have this item code or the item. Here you have to define that building or basically your accommodation or where you are basically going to work upon.
here I have some question regarding the item. How you define these items?
हाँ बिल्कुल. I told Mr. Ibrahim before that. I think you are not there. Say inside the setting module once again. Uh, there is this thing inside this item section. You see,
Yes, yes, I checked this one.
product bundle. Here, this one, product bundle.
Okay.
Sahi. So what you have to do, your location, your room, building, whatever construction you are going to do, is a parent item. Sahi. And inside
Mm.
that parent item, you have to list multiple items. For example, different pipes or steel equipment or whatever items you are going to basically deliver out on that project or that site. So you have to list down those things within this parent item. For
Ah,
example,
but this items, it's inventory items, huh?
yes, these all are inventory items.
But if there is I have a contract just applying without item, what I can do?
Come again.
And just installation
So you,
without supply.
so you can,
Which type of item I will use?
Bilkul, I'm just going towards the item list. I'm going towards the item list and I will show you here, one by one, each and everything from the start. Say, so here, first of all, you see there are different item groups, including services, and your normal items, other items, basically the fixing element of
اه
those.
خلاص
Say here I
I
have
get it.
defined this, which for example, these buildings or sites as service item, and with
Okay,
this
I
is
got it.
this is your service item, and inside that thing I have listed down the stock items, basically the other items. Say this is your, basically you have to do two things: create a service item. Say service item is your location or site where you are going to perform the working or where you are going to deliver items. First of all, you have to create this as service item. Sahi. After creating the service item, you have to create a product bundle inside the selling module. Say in selling module, you have to select the same. Sorry, you have to select the same parent item which was your service, and inside that you have to list all of those stock items here,
I
materials,
can keep it.
equipments.
I can keep it empty.
You can keep it empty, but product bundle is basically you have to define some item.
No, يعني usually my contracts lump sum.
You can keep it empty, so you do not have
Oh.
to create the product bundle for that item. Like, uh, okay, let me show one quickly.
Do you know my client asked me for one item in each invoice? He don't ask me about the details. Okay, and bill of quantity he asked about each item and the price of each item. But in invoicing, he asked, okay,
Yeah, Mr. Hisham,
he asked me for installation of this building.
बिल्कुल. You are right, but right now we are talking about the quotation and the commercial proposal,
Okay,
where you have to define. If I just show you quickly the printout of one of the quotation. Say,
okay,
I'm just going to quickly show you this thing.
yes.
Say, this is one of the quotation which basically I think Mr. Ibrahim was there with me in the meeting for the confirmation on this thing. Say, so I'm just showing you quickly. Here you have these items. Say you're basically building your locations, and within those things you have multiple items listed for each of the location. And if I show you here in the print side, in the print, you have two formats. One is for the commercial proposal, in which you have locations, items, and the bill of quantities, and that you're talking about BOQ. Say,
Ah, great.
say
I get you.
if you go here, commercial proposal, just see, I've selected commercial proposal. Here is the preview, but just open it quickly in the PDF format. It's loading. So here you see you have this commercial proposal, your client name, Kasar bin Akil, attention person, contact mobile, designation, contact email. These are all basically you enter on the customer profile, on the customer master. So these details, attention, contact details will be picked directly from the customer profile, from the Kasar bin Akil profile. Project name, reference number, these are coming up here. If you see here in the quotation form, project section, you have to select project here. Scope, exclusions, notes and clarifications, these are all details on this commercial proposal. So you have to enter these things here. See, and this offered by designation, email, mobile number is your employee number or sales engineer details. So these details are coming up here. If I go down, you see this is your scope of work. Okay, what you are going to provide on the construction, what you have to do, the deliverables basically. This is the commercial offer. This is the same table here which you have rooms, accommodations, buildings, each and everything will be there along with its quantity, unit price and total amount. And there you can see your total, that grand total amount. Say, then you have some delivery terms and payment terms with your customer. So here you have here in the terms section. You can define the payment terms in the terms and the delivery terms of delivery. So
Great.
you are going to define those things here. Say so you have payment terms, notes and clarifications, exclusions. These are all here in the project section. Scope, exclusions, notes and clarifications. Say after that you are talking about the BOQ, where you list each and every item where you have to deliver. For example, if I talk about this B1 worker accommodation, so you have four different pipes along with their quantities, along with the unit prices that you have to provide them on this worker accommodation. Similarly, you have this junior accommodation, so you have to deliver these two items. And on buildings, so you may have different sites, different rooms, different allocations or accommodations, and in that you have to define these items. So this is how your BOQ will look like, and after BOQ it's just a footer. So here your commercial proposal ends basically.
Great, great, Mr. Abdullah.
Say
I got it.
so I no, I totally get your point. K on the invoice side, you just showed the total invoiced amount, not individual each and every item. I will show you that uh, during this meeting. So
Okay.
here is your commercial proposal, and if I go back here in the system on the quotation profile, you go back to the print side and just check out another format which is quotation. So this is just a normal sales quotation where you have your details, company details, the customer details, and the description, basically location, sites, total price, quantities, and the total amount. So this is just a quotation format. Say so these are two documents that are basically linked with your sales quotation. Number one is your sales quotation originally, and the other one is your commercial proposal. Commercial proposal, this one. And on the commercial proposal, you have your BOQs. Say,
Okay, Mr. Abdullah. Okay.
if you have any question, you can ask me.
No, no, no. Inshallah, everything يعني, great. Not okay. It's great.
Well,
You know, when small improvement,
this
your
is
competitor will be Sage and Microsoft.
this is
It's,
why this is why I am asking you guys to start using the system. You
you are
need an you
from
need
long time in Saudi Arabia.
because this ERP implementation is not an easy task, and obviously I may miss out some things, and you may need some clarity, you may need some understanding. So this is to and fro thing. Some maybe I can miss out some things, maybe you are going to add something. So this is why interaction is really important, and for
Mm.
that you have to use the system.
And to be honest with you, I worked before 3 years on Microsoft Office.
Bilkul.
Sorry, Microsoft Business Solution.
Yes, yes.
This not there, not exist there
Say,
for quotation, and I'm suffer with them to add something in the quotation,
say.
and
So I mean, yeah, obviously that is your previous experience, but obviously as we are dealing now, so all right. So now just continue forward. Sahi.
okay.
So this is your quotation. You have you say, can share the commercial proposal or the sales quotation to your client by sending this email here. Sahi, you have to send an email to the client. From here, you have to this will automatically come your client email here, or you can just put up like the normal Gmail this is the same email type. Like you have to select the two CC if you want anyone. Subject is your quotation
It will
reference.
link with user mails, huh?
It will link with user mails. It will link with your user mail.
Okay.
Say
And
and
the customer see my mail if I send from my user
uh, I will confirm this thing to you because on one of the client,
or see
the,
one mail.
for one of my client, they are using systematic email like one normal email. For example, info@soan.erp.com like this. So it goes like this.
Ah, okay.
One standard email for the notification or for the communication. So
I think better.
I will confirm you on this thing if we can do the user email or not.
No, no, it's not important. Yeah.
But there is another thing required for the email configuration. I will ask you on the email. So I will be
Okay,
needing some details from you, like your email domain and those things.
okay,
Sahi.
okay.
So here is your quotation reference. This is normal email body where you can put up the email body. Attached document print. This checkbox is enabled, so your email, the commercial proposal and quotations will be attached automatically. But if you have to attach any other document, so you can do this by selecting the attachments and send me a copy, so you will have another copy of this sent email. And then you have to click on send, so email will be sent towards your customer by taking the sales quotation and the commercial proposal to them. So this is how you are going to send an email to the customer. Now I'm moving towards the sales order. Once you have an agreement ready with your customer, so you have to create a sales order for this thing. Say, so I'm going to create a sales order here. On the sales order, obviously once you have sent commercial proposal to the customer or the quotation, then the customer may have created purchase order on his end. So you have to define just customer purchase order reference here if there is any purchase order. Else you can leave it. You have to define the delivery date, at what time you have to deliver those items to your customers. For example, you can put up any date. Then here is your those items, the location sites that are directly coming from the commercial proposal or the sales quotation. And similarly, if you see further below in the very last, so each and every item is listed there. Like for example, if you see the first four rows, these are related with B1 site. So here are your different four items along with their quantities and rates. You can edit them here if you want to. Say so these are your basically listed items for each and every site. If there is any discount applicable, you can define the discount here on the grand total or net total. Either you can do on percentage or amount. Sahi. And you have 15% weight or 5%.
15.
15, yeah, sorry. Uh, so do you apply on sales order or on the invoice?
Not a big difference between 15.
All right, no issues. So you have to. I have created some templates for you, so you do not have to enter each and every detail every time. So you can just select VAT 15%, or I will set it as default, so it will come up automatically. So this account
Yes.
head will be basically impacted while we are doing the invoicing or the payment part. So this is where your text will be basically showing you in the accounting report. Sahi, so this is your basically sales text where you can apply, and you asked me also about the cost center initially. Okay, I have to make it mandatory on each and every document.
Yes.
So here you can define your cost center. Sahi, so you have not all, provided me with the cost center details or the names.
Mr. Mahjoub, inshallah, he will provide you as soon as possible.
Sure, no issues. Say you provide the cost center there and address and contact. This will automatically come from the customer profile. Right now, it's my name coming because I've set it. Terms. This will automatically should automatically come. I will fix this thing. This should automatically come from the quotation. I will fix this thing. That's pending on my end. This payment terms and this terms and condition. Say so you have to so your salesperson will basically submit this sales order, create the sales order, and now you can see that it is standing on to deliver and bill. Means that delivery is pending and the purchase invoice when bill, or you can call the payments. These these things are remaining. So now in your case, you take the advance payment first of all from the client. So you have to create the payment here. Say, so Just wait a minute. So now what you have to do from the sales order, uh, please confirm me one thing, Mr. Sham or Mr. Majub. Do I need to provide access to the finance user of the sales module? Like, can he open the sales order? Your finance person.
Yes, yes. I think finance person he will make everything.
No, because there are two functionalities. One thing is uh, either your accounting person, finance person is going to create a payment or the invoice directly from the accounting module. Say, if I just go towards, for example, payment entry, this is one way in the key they have to receive the amount and select the customer here. Like who was it? Kasar bin Akil. Say this is one way कि they have to enter each and every detail on the payment form, and then they have to fetch the details. Sorry. You see case party balance, it's each and everything is coming on the payment form directly from this customer profile. One thing is they have to come up directly on the payment form and enter each and every detail here on the payment form, then link it with the with your sales order. Another thing is, which is an easy way, go directly to the sales order, click on create and click on payment button. So each and every detail will directly send to the payment entry. Like if I just click on create payment from the sales order and sorry, I just click on create payment, so every detail is directly fetched on the payment from the sales order. So this is there are two ways. Either provide them the access for the sales order or just give them the accounting rights and they have to enter each and every detail manually. Uh, do you got my point?
Yes, yes, Mr. Abdullah.
I mean, is it feasible for you to provide him with the sales order rights? So they have to just click on create payment and create sales invoice from the sales order. So then,
I think they will have the rights to.
sahi. So this is your payment entry form. Your customer is here, your contact person is here, your amount details and the sales order reference is here. This is your sales order where you are going to take the advance payment amount. So this is your grand total amount 8,672 coming up from the sales order, and these are basically some other details here. You have to select the mode of payment here. Okay, either you are going to do by bank, cash, check, or any other. So you have to select that mode of payment. Make sure your mode of payment is linked with some GL account where its transaction will be impacted. Sahi, so on the journal ledger on the balance sheet you can see its impact from which account is basically linked with your mode of payments. So you have to do this, you have to check with the configuration of each and every mode of payment. So on this payment form is once you have checked each and every detail, here you have to enter how much amount you are going to pay him in advance. My grand total amount is 8,672, but for example I am just giving him advance payment of 1,000 Saudi Riyals. Say if I just save this entry, save this payment, so you see my paid amount is 1,000. This is just saved, not submitted. I'm going to just give him advance payment of 1000. Now if I go back to the sales order, I'm here on the sales order once again. You see my advance paid is coming up in zero, which means that I have not done any payment related with the sales order. It is standing as zero. Now I am just going to submit this payment entry once again. After submitting this payment entry of 1000 Saudi Riyal, I will just come back to the sales order and reload this once again. After reloading this, you can see कि on the sales order, it will notify you, it will show you कि you have done some advance payment for this sales order. So customer has given you some 1000 Saudi Riyals in advance. Now your main part is the sales invoice, where you are going to mark up the retention in percentage. Uh, so similarly, you have to come up here on the create button on the sales order. You see this create button. You will come up here on the sales invoice. Sahi. On the sales invoice, every detail will come directly from the sales order, and items are there, their rates are there, each and everything is there, VAT, each and every detail is coming directly. Now you see that my total advance on the sales invoice is coming up as 0, but originally we have done some advance payment of 1000 Saudi Riyal. So what I have to do, I have to come up here in the sales invoice payment section, here in the payment section, and you see advance payments. Then simply just click on get advances received button here, and after clicking on get advances received, it will fetch mm, all of the advance payments that you have done for this customer previously. So this is the one which we have done right now. So you can see here the payment entry reference number, the advance payment amount, the against the sales order reference, against which sales order we have taken the advance payment, and this is your customer name. So once you assign this payment to the sales invoice, now just go back to the details section and see whether the advance payment is now linked with the sales order sales invoice or not. So you will see my grand total amount was 8672. We have done the total advance as 1000. Now my outstanding amount is standing as 7672 Saudi Riyals. Is there any question till here? Mr. Hasham, is there any question till here?
Yes, I have two questions now. When you ask the system to get the advance payment,
Yes.
the system brought all advances, and if there is some advances recovered or amortized already, why it's appear?
No, no. I mean, if uh, a system will only, I mean, if those advances are basically paid and cleared out, then that will not come up here in the sales invoice.
Okay,
Right
like
now,
this. Okay,
right now it was showing you five. Right now it showed you the five different advances, but
not
once,
confused.
yep. So, but once you are just whatever the pending you have, whatever is linked with the sales orders will only come up here, not the other related
Okay,
with the customer. So another thing is, do you want to call other advances related with the customer? Because those advances were also related with this customer, but for some other sales order. Do you want to fetch other advances here? Because because the customer is same, but the payments are different.
okay, okay,
Now your main part is retention. Say on the sales invoice last section you see the retention here. Like you said कि you have to define retention in percentage. You have to define the retention percentage here. Say
okay,
so retention amount will come up here कि how much retention amount you have basically from the total amount of the sales invoice. The retention amount will be calculated automatically. Now here you have to define the retention account where it is where your basically accounting impact will come up. So you have to define the retention in the percentage, system will automatically calculate the retention amount as per the percentage you have defined, and there you define the retention account where its impact will be come up. So now I will just save and submit this sales invoice. I have submitted the sales invoice. It is showing me partly paid because I have done some advance payment for this sales invoice, and I have also put up the retention here in the 10 percentage, and this is my total retention amount. Say so 867 is my total retention amount. Now you see the on the create button what we have to do, we have to create a retention here. So by clicking on create retention, you one journal entry will be passed where your receivable account debtors will go to the credit side and retention receivable, that is my retention account, will come up here in the debit side. So this journal entry will basically pass once you create the retention from the sales invoice. So you will just review the details here in the journal entry and submit it. So now if I go back to the sales invoice and reload this once again, I've reloaded this sales invoice once again, and if I see the details further below, you see my total amount was 8,672. I have given him the total advance of 1000 Saudi Riyal, but now my outstanding amount is coming up as 6804, which means कि retention amount has been subtracted from this outstanding amount. Is this clear to you, Mr. Sham or Mr. Majub?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Abdullah, the mic off.
Yep, I
I'm
mean,
confused. It's okay, but can I check the GL entry, please?
sure.
1 minute, Mr. Abdullah.
Sure, no issues, no issues.
So sorry, Mr. Abdullah. So sorry.
No, brother, no issues, no issues. So I will come up here in the report. You was asking me about. So if you see from the start, this is your advance payment entry, where 1000 was basically credited from the receivable
Uh,
side, and your cash basically I have selected the mode of payment as cash, so my cash account is coming up in the 1000 in the debit side. Now you have these four are basically related with your sales invoice, where your receivable is coming up in the debit side. Your sales account, your VAT account is going into the credit side. So these four
that
are,
applied on what? Which base amount to the applied on that?
sorry,
8,000?
yep, the total sales invoice amount 8672, including this advance payment amount.
672 multiply 15%. It's 1,000, 1,300. From where this amount? 1,000, 1,131.
It's not coming correct.
No, I think it's correct, but I don't know the best amount.
Your base amount was
يعني
8000.
8,072. This include VAT?
Yep, this includes VAT, and this is the breakdown. This is the breakdown here.
Okay, 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 okay. It's clear now. طب okay, Mr. Abdullah. Now, here we'll face another issue.
Yes.
I will, if I can show you something unusual, when let's say the customer pay 100
Hmm.
and total purchase sales order 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. When he pay 100, we issue tax invoice for him
For the 100 only, for the advance payment.
for 100. Yes.
अच्छा,
Okay.
सही सही
But
सही.
this one, it's not a revenue. Must be impact another account, يعني, not impact the revenue because يعني, it's not revenue at all. But the customers now usually asking for this. I know it's not, for me it's not logic, but our market and our rules, they asking about this. When you received any advance amount, you have to issue the invoice. That's mean I issue the invoice and the parties of invoice will be
सही, I got your
the,
point कि for the advance payment you issue, is it like pro forma invoice or something? Uh,
I can't he ask me for tax invoice direct when he sent.
Tax
يعني when
invoice.
يعني he will not send me any amount before we send to him tax invoice.
Okay. So
Usually in our contract يعني. So I need this choice. This choice it's okay for me.
सही
Maybe some of customer I can do like this in film, but in other case, and this 90% of our business,
सही सही. No, I got your point.
when he send money, he ask me to tax invoice. That when I issue tax invoice for him, I already pay this VAT to Zatka.
हाँ, this is
So
sitting with
and
that ka.
so in second invoice must be this VAT reduced on the recovered in this amount.
So okay, you mean कि for example, this is your complete invoice, complete sales invoice of total amount of 8,672, including VAT. So for the advance payment of 1,000, you issue another tax invoice to the customer of this 1,000
Yes,
amount.
the first invoice will be one thousand
Oh
one
yeah,
hundred
the first
fifty.
invoice will be 1,000 plus tax.
Yes.
Okay. And
Uh, if you can, if I can share my
sure,
screen.
sure, sure, you can.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you issue the tax invoice twice, one for the advance payment and then the remaining amount. Acha, you are also talking about the
بس
account for this thing,
كده
like
مش
in the
طايق شيء
report.
بس كده.
You can share.
ها ها عمل لنا اختار عمل منه اختار واحدة من الحاجة مش هيك ذات التسجيل بجواب اه وعمل شيء يعني look Mr. Abdullah you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see.
Look, this is our invoice. I can see any tax invoice. Invoicing. Look. Oh, it's not clear. Look here, Mr. Abdullah.
Yes.
This here all progress,
Can
and
you
here
I mean zoom this thing or open this thing? Right.
clear now.
Nice. It's too small.
Still small. No, make it full.
नहीं नहीं, I can see your downloads folder and the preview of this sales invoice.
This IT issue. I can't.
Just click on full screen there. You see on the preview side, you have up down arrow and the small box. हाँ, just नहीं नहीं,
Go to.
हाँ, just you see the yep on the Saudi logo, one of two लिखा है ना, one of two page. You see up down arrow,
Up, down, arrow. I can see.
up, go up. Or a little left, a small box is there.
This one.
No, I'm just check your WhatsApp. I'm sharing you. Where are you? Check your WhatsApp. That's a small button above the invoice. A box.
Okay. Open the invoice. It's not appear here. Why?
Do you see my message on the WhatsApp?
Oh, this is not in my. I can't see it in my.
Okay, no issues. Just continue. I will try to understand. Just
I'll send you
continue.
my WhatsApp.
You can share with me. If you double click on this sales invoice, it will open. I mean, if you just click on this sales invoice double times, so it will open in. No issues, Mr. Sham. You can continue. You can continue with your.
I share with you by WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you. So
No, I can
you
stop
were
it.
talking about the tax invoice,
Yes.
and but I was uh, seeing only downloads folder. So maybe you
No, no,
have.
I send you by WhatsApp. If you can
Yep,
open
yep,
by WhatsApp.
yep. I have opened this. So please stop sharing your screen. So I will share my side.
Okay. Now everything off with me.
It's not off. St- just click on stop share. Yep, thank you. So this is the text invoice you had shared with me, right? So you there?
Yes, Mr. Abdullah, with
Yep.
you.
So this is the text invoice.
Yes, go down. This our customer and this yani actual contract. This progress
Say,
5 million. And look, this advance payment. Yani if you it's 40%.
sahi.
If you make calculation, it's 40% from the total progress. Now the amount applicable that apply to VAT
Hmm.
total progress less than the advance invoice, and this the third row will apply to VAT, not the first row.
Sahi, sahi, sahi. This is your total amount, 5 million.
This is the progress amount. Yeah.
Progress amount means total amount of the project, na?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Then this
Not
is
total for object, total for progress.
okay. Then you have this advance payment amount of 2 million
It's the percentage of advance payment. And the
percentage.
advance was around 4 million. But for this progress, the advance share will be 2 million 100.
Okay. Then you have VAT applicable and amount without VAT.
I think you get my point.
Total is there summing up these two
And retention will be from the main amount.
from the total amount. Yeah, from the main amount.
Yes.
This progress amount.
That's the problem. It's impact direct to VAT.
Can you explain how this due amount is coming? 3 million. Because total amount is 5 million, then you have this
Okay,
VAT.
we reduce the advance payment, the percentage of advance payment.
Hmm.
After that, coming the amount applicable or the applied to VAT. We calculate the VAT 15% from 2 million 216,
Sahi.
coming the grand total with VAT. Now the retention just 10% from this amount, from the progress amount.
Acha, sahi. Total is here, retention amount is here, and this due amount is total minus retention. Three
Yes.
million 698 minus 536. So this is your due amount. Understood. Understood.
How
So
you can make it in the system. So we need your way. Your way will use it in another client, but the major client for us he use this way.
sahi. So okay, I will check about the advance payment sales invoice thing. Okay, you provide the advance tax invoice to the customer. So I will check up with that thing once again. So I will just complete my retention process
Yes,
with
yes,
you.
complete the
Say
rotation with
so this general entry this accounting
and
entries are clear to you.
for you the retention is okay.
Yep.
But Your retention include that. I needed and go to retention amount.
बिल्कुल that includes VAT. That
So
includes
it
VAT.
must be to 7,000, not in eight
E-
thousand.
got your point. So you need VAT without, sorry, retention without VAT amount.
Yes.
Okay, one more thing you have mentioned on the group on the WhatsApp about the sales invoice template.
Yes.
What was it? Because I needed
I,
to discuss with you. Mm. If you see this thing, the way the retention is presented on the invoice, this will require a simple adjustment to the template. So this was your
to make
miss.
it like what I send, like the form what I send in.
The print document. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Print out this
sure,
to print
sure,
out.
sure, sure. No issues, no issues. Uh,
After finish the advanced recovery and retention, we'll make the template. It's easy, I think, for you.
yep. That's not major work, but the main thing is कि right now the retention is including the VAT amount.
Mm.
So this is the main part which we have to correct this thing. So I will just continue forward here. We have just created retention. I will configure this thing without the VAT. So retention has been created and advance payment has been done. What you have to do, you have to come up back there in the payment form. On the payment form, the remaining outstanding or the due amount is there 6,804.78, excluding retention and excluding the advance payment. So the remaining amount is coming up there on the payment form. Select your mode of payment and do the same payment like we did for the advance payment. So this is how you are going to knock off your complete payment which was pending. So if I just go back to the sales invoice, it is showing you in the paid status. Means कि each and every amount has been paid by the customer and you have received it. Apart from retention, retention is still pending. So now outstanding amount is showing you here as 0. Total advance was 1000 and retention is still remaining. You see retention release is still not enabled here. Means कि retention has to be released by the client. So you have to come up there in the release retention button, click on release retention, a reverse journal entry will be parked this time. Your receivable account will come up in the debit. Retention account will goes towards the credit side. This is the reverse entry of the retention which we have created earlier. Submit this retention journal entry, go back to the sales invoice, and if you reload this thing it will show you once again as partly paid. Means outstanding amount of the retention that was previously holded by the customer is remaining 867. So you have to take the payment for this thing once again by creating the payment here. Now the major part on my end is I have to configure this thing retention with the total amount excluding VAT.
We
So
can open the just statement of account for retention now.
sorry,
Statement of account for retention.
for retention only.
Just for retention.
Accounting ledger. I'll just remove this thing here. It will come up with all retention accounts. Sorry. You have to do some filters here, like in on this ledger
Yeah,
report.
okay.
Select that account and select the customer. So
Why it's coming credit?
Because we were one thing is in the debited side is coming while we were creating the retention. Say when we were just showing the system you have to create the retention. On the credit side, the second entry is coming for the reverse entry when the retention was released by the client. When they were,
Oh, it's when released, when
yeah,
the retention released.
when released.
Great, like
Uh,
this, great.
one was created at the time of holding, and one was created that this credit is coming when the retention was released.
طب I can make any print out for to see the يعني when I open this statement of account for retention,
Yes,
I can see in the statement of account any remark this retention for whom and this retention for whom.
you can basically the reference are there and customers are there. What do you need? I mean, remark something or note something.
No. If the customer name أبير خلاص.
Customer name
No
is
need.
there. Customer type, party type is your customer, and
يعني
party
if
is your
I if I print full retention, I have let's say 10 transactions in the retention.
hmm.
I can see this one for which customer and this one for which customer.
बिल्कुल you have to select the account here, select particular customer, and even for you may have
If I not use
multiple transactions related with Kasar bin Akil, so you can search by the document reference as well.
if I remove this bin Aqil,
Then each and every transaction related with this retention account will
yes,
come up.
طيب you can just make it please. Remove
Sure,
bin Aqil.
sure.
Okay, go right just.
So you see,
خلاص, that's what I need. I'm asking about I can see which for Hamad and
हाँ
which
बिल्कुल
for Qasr.
बिल्कुल 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 you can do.
And I
You
can make
can.
control this, yes.
You can basically control each and everything by the above filters. These are your from date to date account. For what account you want to see. This is your document reference number or voucher number. Say party type is your customer, employee, shareholder or supplier, and whatever party you have selected, so you have to select its name here. Like for example, customer name you have to select. You can
طب
group it
can
for
I add something, just a
like
small thing for each retention يعني a due time for this retention
I
to
will
give
ch-
me alert or give me something if you can. It's
I will
otherwise we will use manual
I will write this thing and I will check this thing.
because it's GL now. I think it's difficult for you to make
I will check this thing. I will try on the sales invoice, like where I am putting this retention section.
if you can.
If there is if I will be able to provide you the date here, retention due amount, retention due time. So I will try to put up here,
It will be يعني wonderful إن شاء الله.
like this payment due date. So similarly, I can provide you the retention due date. I will try.
Great.
I have noted this thing. So I have to do two tasks. I have to do the retention without wait. This is a major part. That's how your project basically do the accounting. And another thing is due for the retention. And one more thing, advance payment tax
Allah for me,
invoice.
Mr. Abdullah, it's not logic and I not like this way, but our market, our rules.
Sure, no, I understood something. You have to. Yep.
يعني before when we implement the Microsoft, we face the same issue. When we implement before Microsoft implement, my implementation was with Sage, same issue. It's
Sahi.
not your system issue يعني.
Sahi. No, I mean it's up to the requirements, so something you have to do. So okay, I will do these three things. If there is any question till here, apart from my task, you can ask me.
No, everything inshallah okay.
Okay.
I have
Say
to make more practice and
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल मिस्टर शाम बेसिकली द मेन थिंग इज ना कि you I can deliver out each and everything to you, but unless your team, Mr. Maju, Mr. Umar, or anyone else start using the system, you know कि everything will not be fruitful.
صحيح.
because I am delivering out, and if you are not using, then it will be of no use.
صحيح صحيح.
Because you have to use the ERP. I'm just there for the assistance.
I will try today to make full cycle for purchasing and selling.
I
But
बिल्कुल do your
I
working.
I have some concerns regarding payroll, but I saw in the group still not upload. I'm waiting our staff to
to
upload the salaries
to be to
to
be
check.
to be very honest with you, no, I'm not the HR or the payroll person.
Yeah, I'm
Re-
asking just about impacting from payroll to finance. I'm not asking
बिल्कुल
about
बिल्कुल
the
बिल्कुल
payroll.
बिल्कुल no issues.
I need to see the entries, what happened,
हाँ
how we can control the loans, how control the staff loans, and
बिल्कुल. I
like this.
mean, my partner Res is trying to communicate with Mr. Hamza on this payroll and that HR thing. So he had also told me that Mr. Hamza or the HR team is not currently using the system. So he has the same concern that Kayan team is
Well,
currently not using.
I'm with him to start. يعني at least finish one payroll
सही.
to check all impacts in accounting.
Sure, sure. हाँ, basically payroll is linked with the accounting, and you
يعني
are the accounting person. So yep, this
I
is
wish I will not use the GL entry. I don't need to use any GL entry. I need everything from module.
there
Payroll,
are
module.
there is no there are no manual working within the system. I can just show you, but I'm not the payroll, and I'm not basically very good with the payroll or the HR part. I can just show you.
No. I'm asking about posting the payroll. What
Yep,
happened after posting?
yep. Here from here this payroll from the payroll module, you have this payroll entry. Works similar as the payment entry. सही. So payroll entry, you define your start date, end date. I mean, monthly you are going to do the payment, the
Mm.
salaries, payroll, and this is your payroll payable account. Say each and every impact will come up there in the payable account for this thing on your accounting side, and there you have your employees data, employees salaries and whatever they have, and the accounting and payment side, your payment account will be there. Cost centers are there. So each and everything will be basically linked with the accounting, and nothing will be controlled from the manual journal entries. Each
That
and
that
everything will be controlled
يعني that
from
what
the.
I need.
Yep,
Because now I'm suffering because
I
the
know.
reason of my suffering in GL entry.
I know.
Everything through GL entry.
I know manual journal entries are too hard to control. Okay, thank you, Mr. Hasham.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. So I'm so sorry
Uh,
for the disturb and thank you so much.
Okay, just start. Just ask your other persons as well, Mr. Maju, Mr. Umar, or if there is any other. Okay, use the system. I am there to help you, so we do not waste more time or much time for this thing. Because you know, okay, once you start using the system, I know, okay, you will come up with some concerns. So
Okay.
that is why I am asking you.
Inshallah, today I will start full cycle for each module, inshallah.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Sham.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Abdullah.
Ahmed.
Thank you,
Okay.
Hamid.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Allah